Hello, this is Matthew Miller from the ZDNet Smartphones and Cell Phones blog. And as you can see in front of me, I have the HTC Status, which is launching on AT&T. And I just wanted to give you an overview of the hardware and some of the software aspects. And then I'm going to actually turn this over to my daughter for a couple weeks to have her use it. And I'll explain why in a few minutes. So this is the HTC Status. It was announced back in Mobile World Congress as the Cha-Cha. So that was kind of an odd name. I much prefer the Status, and as you can see down the bottom there is a Facebook button, and so this is definitely a phone geared towards the Facebook user, and it's only $50 on AT&T with a 2-year contract, so it's priced right. And let's just take a look around the hardware, and then I'll show you some of the software as well. It has a Qualcomm processor at 800 megahertz. It does run Gingerbread, Android 2.3.3, 512 RAM and 5 internal storage with a micro SD card slot, and this includes a 2 gigabyte card, typical for a little bit lower end smartphone, and a 1250 milliampere battery. So on the front, you see we have a rather small display. I don't have the specs on the display. 2.6 inch diagonal display at 480 by 320, and that's my biggest beef with it, as I'll show you, is I just can't go back to a display this small. Even my Nokia E6 is better for me because that has a higher resolution display that shows more data, and I'll show you how much information you can see, and I just can't go back to something like this after using the big 4.3 inch or even the 4 inch displays. So as you can see, it's the 2.6 inch display here. We have I believe that's a front-facing camera on that. I haven't had a chance to use that yet. Yes, it is a VGA front-facing camera. Has capacitive Android buttons here. Home, menu, back, and search. It's got a couple soft keys here. One is green, one is red for calling, and then it has the QWERTY keyboard, the front-facing QWERTY here, that hopefully you can kind of see in the video. I've got some pictures that show much clearer. And the one thing I do like, the keyboard's well spaced. It has nice tactile feedback. It does have directional arrows down in the right corner, which are great. And then a Facebook button. The one thing is I keep on hitting this voice command button thinking that that's the shift, because I use the shift key a lot more, and there's only one. There's not one on the other side. So I keep on hitting the speak now voice command and instead of shift, and I wish those two probably have been swapped, since I use the shift more, and it's right next to the alt key. It's a aluminum, I believe, shell. It feels really nice in your hand. Aluminum all around here. And then if we go up top, we have a small power button and a 3.5mm headset jack. The right side has nothing. The bottom has just a mic opening there. Left side has a micro USB, and then this is a volume piece. And as you can kind of see in the video here, it's curved. Right? It doesn't have the HTC chin, but it has a curve right where the keyboard starts, so it kind of curves up towards you. And then on the back, we have nice white plastic here. It says with HTC Sense. We have a ring of aluminum there, and then we have the camera, which is a 5-megapixel camera with a LED flash, and then the speaker on the back. And it looks like there's a couple. These are either antenna openings, probably antenna openings or mics or something. So that's the hardware. It is a nice piece of hardware. It feels like a very solid device, a nice alternative to the BlackBerry user, things like that. Let's see, so that's the hardware. Now let's take a look at software. As you can see when we first start up, that is the HTC Sense 3.0 interface, where you can customize those for quick launches, and you can either drag the ring up to just unlock it, or you can drag one of these, say the camera, into the circle, and it actually launches that specific application. So we go back out, and this is the home screen. And as you can see, it is pretty small. This is the default. I've got a couple of shortcuts on there. It's got the HTC clock. It has a Facebook widget in the middle there. Over here, we can start the applications. And as you can see, it's customized a bit different because this is a landscape display. So it's different than what we've seen on a lot of these devices, where you see over here it has all apps frequent and downloads, and then it has all your apps here, which has a white background rather than the black that we traditionally see. And there's some AT&T stuff on there, AT&T navigation, or my AT&T, a few other AT&T kind of applications, family, navigator, things like that. Go back out to home, and we have panels we can scroll through. And as you can see, they don't wrap. Okay, we've got another one here, friend stream, Facebook chat, which you can, there it is logged in, and you can have a Facebook chat widget right from the device. Definitely a Facebook phone. And then more to add more. Now if we push home again twice, there we go. You can see there's there's 4 active. I can add another. There's our task switcher. There we go. So we can add up to 5 home screens. Now the Facebook button. Okay, so that's the big deal. Most of it is, you know, typical Android, Gingerbread. So if we're just anywhere in the home screen, say, and I push the Facebook button, it's going to go ahead and just take me right to where I can post. So I could write a post or a wall status, I guess, a wall with 420 characters. I can choose a photo, or I can add a picture to that. I can also tap on the My Wall and then find somebody, just find anybody, and then you can actually leave them. Let's just say we go here, we can actually post to their wall as well. And that's just from the home screen. Now say we're in the camera, and then as you can see, hopefully, oh, there we go, the Facebook button is flashing white now. So if I push this, actually now, let me put, let's just put another box or something in the way so you can take a picture of something. So that's the other. So if I push the Facebook button in the camera, it will actually capture the picture with the button and then jump right into Facebook. So now you can see it says upload to Facebook. I got a photo. I can where I want to upload it to, who can see this, add a tag and description, and then say done. Boom, it gets uploaded. Now you can do nothing at all. It will default to your mobile photos with no tags or description, and share it to your default, and just take a picture with the Facebook button, push done, and you're done. You can upload very quickly from the camera application. So that's the camera and that's the home. Now say we're going, let's go to the web browser. So here I am on my website, and as you can see, it's very tiny. It's just too small for my old 42-year-old eyes. So say we're looking at one of my blog posts, and I don't see it lighting up. So if I now press the Facebook button, it's going to go ahead and pull in that URL and then some other things about it, just like you would on the Facebook website. And then it says tap to compose, and you go ahead and add something like check out this website and hit post. Bam, right there. So Facebook is well integrated into the device, and those are where I found it so far, is things like the camera, the web browser, and just from the home screen where you can quickly go into things. Now there may be more instances of in certain applications. I imagine maybe let's go to Google Maps, and let me just set up Google Maps here. Don't necessarily want to show you exactly where I'm at, but let's just say I pick a spot. So we're at Google Maps, say, and if I push, let's see if I push the Facebook button here, if it'll do anything. Just post to my wall, kind of like the home screen. I wasn't sure if it would have Facebook places or anything else like that. Now speaking of Facebook, we can go into the Facebook application, and there you can see it's the typical one that we've seen on most every other platform. You can tap on something like Newsfeed. As you can see though, that small display really, I mean, it gives you, well, there's 1.5 posts, depending if there's a picture in there. Something like Twitter too. If we go into Twitter here, you can see that on Twitter I can only see 3 status updates on Twitter. The screen's just, it's just a small screen. And you know, at $50, and it's targeted to the messaging crowd and the text messaging. I'm going to give this to my 15-year-old to use, as I said, for a couple weeks, because she's a heavy Facebooker and a heavy texter. And this kind of device that's rock solid, that's easy to carry, and the battery life so far has been great. This is the kind of device for her, and it's kind of a device that a messaging crowd would like, especially for $50. But yet it's a full Android Gingerbread phone. So that's a quick look at the HTC Status on AT&T. Thanks for watching.